Am I doing this the wrong way? Okay, I think I'm live. But I want to be this way. Rotation. Sorry, it's not letting me turn sideways. I'm going to see if I can fix that. I don't know how to change that. Good morning, Heather. Y'all, my phone won't let me turn sideways, and I need to turn sideways to sew. I don't know why it's doing that. It's never done that before. It says orientation is locked. Rotate device back. I think that might be a setting on my phone, but I don't know how to. I'm sorry. I've never had that happen before. Has anyone ever had that happen on live? Jada said, why am I up? What time do you normally wake up, girl? What time is it over there by you? It won't let me. I have a question. When I turn it sideways like this, can y'all see me or does it black out? Thank you, girl. I straightened it. It's already reverting, you see? That's why I only straighten my hair once a year. It's been 20 minutes and it's going to be in an afro by the time we finish this video. So can y'all see it? Even, Brandy, so even when I turn it this way, it still shows up fine? So it's not, what I'm saying is when I turn it like this, it's not doing it. It's not turning it the way it's supposed to, right? To get the wide angle. It's rotating with me. Right, okay. I don't know how to stop it from doing that. That's the thing. Yeah, I don't know why it's not letting me turn my phone sideways. Ways is fun. I mean, I'll leave it straight up and down. It's just you can't see as much of the sewing, but it's fine. I guess it is what it is, right? I don't know why it's doing that. Very confusing. Just when I think I'm getting the hang of it. Y'all, I am, whew. So I'm sitting here for just a second because, my sewing space is upstairs, and usually, when I get ready to sew, we keep the unit upstairs off because we're never up here unless I'm working. So we keep it on 78, and then usually when I'm about to come upstairs, I will come and turn it on. But I forgot to do that. So it is so, I know y'all see me sweating. I know y'all see it. I'm sweating. And then it's not helping that I'm drinking coffee. But I can't not drink coffee. So I'm sweating, drinking coffee, and trying to let my room cool down from the 78 degrees. And it's humid. I'm in Texas. I don't know if y'all have been to Texas, but when we say it's hot, it's a different kind of hot. It's a different kind of hot. It's you're melting. Oh, Jesus. So good morning, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm talking about how hot I am. Let me see if I can pull this video up so I can see who's all on it, because I can't really tell on my phone. How is everybody? Oh, Jill, it's 4:30. Jill, you did not have to come on. Oh my gosh. It's y'all. So that's Jill. She's this is her bag. This is her pattern. And she lives in New Zealand. And it is 4:30 in the morning. Jill, that is crazy. Am I on an iPhone? No, I'm not. I'm on an Android. And it's the same phone I always use when I record it. And I've never had that happen. That's why it's really weird. Heather said Jill get some coffee. Who needs sleep? Girlfriend, me, you, everybody. Yeah, Brandy, I definitely want to do a full screen. I always do. I just don't know why. Oh, Brandy, you're in Texas too? What part of Texas are you in? I feel like I want to just... You think I should just start this over because... Arlington. Okay, that's not too far from here. Arlington, that's outside of Dallas, right? Kinda. Okay. Brandy, did you go to the So Magical when it was in Dallas? Jill, yeah, you're a trooper. Girl, have y'all ever had those cookies that go with your coffee? They're by Goria. I think they're called Marie cookies. They're so good with coffee. They don't really taste like much by themselves, but when you dip them in the coffee, so good. Brandy, all. Hopefully they'll do another one in Texas. It was fun. And it was close enough where you could have stayed home, you know, save your money. I'm really upset about this phone not turning sideways. I'm trying to figure out if I should, maybe I should Google it. Y'all, look at this soup bowl of coffee. And I'm going to drink all of it. Dave and Lola got me this for Mother's Day. I was like, y'all, this is definitely a coffee cup. No doubt this is a coffee cup. I mean, no, a soup cup. I was like, y'all, this is definitely a bowl. This is a soup bowl. They're like, no, it's a coffee cup. So I have to put 2 cups of coffee in it. Like my Keurig, I have to do it 2 times to make it fill up. Okay, so I'm about to get started, I promise. Sorry. Whew, just trying to let the air kick in, honey. I'm going to type really quick. I'm going to Google, why won't my phone turn sideways on YouTube? That's the kind of stuff I Google. They'd be like, you be talking to the computer like it's a person. I'm like, but I feel like that's how you're supposed to do it. Why won't my phone turn sideways on you? First, I got to spell it. YouTube Live. Automatic rotation on my device, yes. Oh, quit the app and restart it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to restart it because once I start sewing, I don't want to have to keep, I feel like it's gonna be a pain in the butt to keep moving it. Automatic rotation is on. It's always on my phone, automatic rotation. Okay, I think I'm gonna start it over, y'all, just because I don't want it to be an issue when we start sewing. And I'm gonna turn the lights on. Sorry, my booty's all in the screen. Oh gosh. All right, I'm going to turn this off and restart it so that it can be on here and we'll get started. Is anybody else sewing today? Am I the only one sewing? Who said coffee smells good but it doesn't Coffee smells good but doesn't taste good. That means that you're not putting the right stuff in your coffee, because coffee is like, it's going to taste like what you put in it. So if you put in a caramel flavored creamer or vanilla, it's going to taste like that. So you just got to get the right stuff in it. Hey, Doreen. Yes, Jill, make some coffee, girl. Okay, Brittany's doing the math pack. Okay, after work, yeah. She said, I'm still in the bed. I know that's right. You are living your best life. What time zone are you in? What time is it where you're at? Doreen, your jazz is all cut out. So Doreen, I don't know if you noticed on my post, but I said that I'm making a modified version of the jazz. So if you're making exactly like the instructions, I'm sorry, I probably won't be that much help for you. But Jill has a fantastic tutorial that goes through all the steps, and it's great. I watched it already. So you'll be okay. But I just won't be helpful for you today because it's hella modified. Like, it's really modified. It's like simplified. Jill might be upset with me. I have simplified it so much. But that's how, I don't know, that's just how I sew. Every time I make a bag, I try my best to simplify it for me. Because I don't follow instructions very well. That's why when I make most of my bags, and I make a lot of bags, people are like, what's the pattern? And I really don't be having the intention to put a pattern out for it. I just make bags better when I make them up as I go. It's just the way my mind processes. Like, it's hard for me to follow a pattern. Before I started doing tutorials myself, I would not make a bag without a tutorial. That's how hard it is for me to follow a pattern. And sometimes when I'm doing these tester bags and making these tutorials, I get stuck a lot. And I'd be like, oh my God, okay, let me go watch a tutorial really quick. And then I'm like, damn, there is no tutorial to watch, Rayvon. You're making the tutorial. So everyone out there who thinks that it's so easy for me, it's not easy for me. Making bags is not easy for me, following the patterns. So a lot of times I modify a bag because my brain can handle it better. And for this bag, I did modify it. And that was because just because I don't have a lot of time. And I was supposed to make this bag weeks ago for Lola's teacher. She went back to school. So it's my hair. It's so late. So I just wanted to do something really fast and really simple and something that my mind could comprehend, because I wasn't, when I see a lot of numbers, now I'm talking too much. I'm trying to wait for the air to cool down. I was horrible at math in school. I was horrible at math, and I was okay until they introduced letters into the game. I was like, letters? There's letters mixed with the numbers? Y'all, that was the end for me. My head could not comprehend that there was now a letter, because I love to read, and I was a reader. These letters are mixed with these numbers, and it's not giving me a sentence. Like, no. So I failed math horribly. And when I get patterns that have like letters, like they're lettered, and then they have these pieces, and then there's a cut chart, and then they give me measurements to cut it myself, my brain shuts down. It can't do it. It's like done. So I usually modify the pattern, and that's what I've done for this one. I just modified it to make it super, super simple for my little head, and really fast. I'm gonna show you what I did so far, so that once we reboot it, we can get started. So the panel has a front and a back panel, and it has these really cute, like I guess you call it like a zipper placement. The zipper, you know how you can do a shape to do a zipper overlay. It has that really cool overlay on it, but I took that out because my head wasn't ready for it. So instead of doing that with the zipper, I'm not going to have a zipper on the outside of my bag. The original pattern does. Mine does not have a zipper. What I did was I grabbed some clear vinyl, And then I took my webbing that I'm using for my handle and I just bent that webbing over the top of the clear vinyl. And this is just, I didn't even, I don't measure stuff when I sew. I just do it. So let me tell you, just in case anyone's interested in doing it like this. Of course I can't find my, oh, there's my ruler. Okay, so I cut this clear piece 1, 2, 3. It looks like 4 inches. Okay, it looks like I cut this piece of vinyl about 4 inches. And the pattern has a different shape for the front and the back. But because I'm not doing the zipper overlay and the zipper, all I did was use the pattern piece for the back and used it for the front and the back. So I only had to cut out a few pages of this, of the instructions, the way I did it. So I've got those 2 pieces cut out, my front and my back pattern. Then I took a piece of webbing that I wanted to use for my webbing. I mean, for my handle. Again, I did not measure it, but let me go ahead and measure it now, just in case someone is interested. I cut my webbing I cut my webbing 22 inches long. From there, I went ahead and found the center of this panel. I grabbed my 4-inch ruler. And because it happened to be that size, that's the size I used. You see what I'm saying when I say I'm real simple? That's all. I was like, I'm going to put this in the middle, and that's going to be where I place it. So that's where I placed it. This is a 4-inch ruler. And then, let me measure because I did 1, 2, 3. And then I just went up the sides. 1, 2, 3 and 1/4. No, 3 3/4 of an inch up the side of the webbing, across, and back down. I did that to both sides to get the webbing basted on. Now this was the fun part. I have this cording. I believe I got it off of Amazon. It was a long, long time ago. This is what it looks like, in case you're interested. It's foam. Okay, I thought it was plastic. It's foam. GLC Direct Foam Welt Cord. It is 6/32. That's the size. 6/32. It feels like it's foam, but it feels like plastic. It's pretty sturdy. Like, you can see, I almost can't even get it to bend all the way. It's a pretty thick filling cording. So I cut that cording. I cut it about 11 inches. And I did one of the handles just because I was, like I said, I was making it up as I went and I wanted to make sure it worked before I did it on live. So one is done. And this is what it looks like. And I absolutely love it. This webbing is 1.5 inch and it worked out perfectly for that size cording. Thank goodness, because I didn't know what else I was going to do. Now, when I got this done, I'm not happy with it. I'm not finished, just because when you pull it up, you can see that underneath, which I knew you would be able to because I had to leave that space to be able to fit the cording. So it's fine. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a stitch from where my last stitch stopped up as far as I can along the edge of this, which is going to be about right there. And once I add that stitch, you won't be able to see underneath. So it's going to be perfect. And that's what we're going to start with today in just a minute. This clear piece that I cut, that is going to be a front. Put some rivets in higher will look good too. Yeah, Jill, I thought about the rivets, but I don't know. I wasn't sold on it. It would be easier to do the rivets than the stitching, but I don't know. Because to get the rivets the height that I want it to be, my cording is too long. I guess I could go and cut the cording, make it shorter, and then I can add the rivet higher. That is an option. But I kind of want to see what that would look like with that stitch. Because when I put that stitch on it, it makes the part of the handle poke out a little bit more. And I kind of like the way that looks. As opposed to, you see, if we do a rivet, it's going to give it that flat look like that. It becomes flat. If I do those two stitches, it's going to give it a curve like that. And I think I like the aesthetic of that. Little things like that, man. Turns me on. I'm a weirdo, right? I want to see that curve. It just looks a little sexier than flat, in my opinion. Okay, so I think I'm going to hang this up really quick so that I can turn it, because this is going to be stupid trying to sew it up and down. I don't like it. Okay, so trim down the cording. Yeah, I may do that. I don't know. I think I'm gonna stitch up the side and see. I like that stitch look. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna turn this off and turn it back on, and hopefully when I do that, it's gonna work. So y'all, please come back. I'm sorry. It's never done this before. I don't know why it's doing this, but yeah. So I'm gonna hang up and turn it off and turn it back on while it's sideways, and maybe that'll fix it. Okay. Pray for me, y'all.